Well, okay. We live. I think we're live. Okay. Is it still good? I think it's still good. Hello. It's Japan. Yeah, it's been so long. Oh. Uh-oh. Is the stream still good, guys? Hello, hello, hello. Jeez. How you been? I don't know if the stream's still good or if it's just laggy. It's crashing. I guess the internet really is like... God. Been doing a little better lately. That's good. Oh. Oh. Is it back? I guess the internet connection's not too good here. Hello. It's been a long time. I've been not doing so well. My mood was just all over the place when I was back in Canada. But now I can't. I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go to Japan for a bit. This is earlier than I'm supposed to, because I plan on going here for school. But my mood's gotten a lot better since coming here, so I feel more open to just streaming and stuff, so yeah. It's been pretty fun here too. The people are friendlier. And yeah. Your mood was a lot like this internet. Yeah, it was. It was. I'd be fine like one day, and then the next day I'm just like... Now here I'm in Japan. My depression is gone. Absolutely gone. Disappeared. Everything just kind of works here, and my depression has just gotten... Depression left the chat. So guys, like, I don't know if this works for everyone, but my solution to depression, just move to Japan. Like, thank you, depression be gone. Thank you, Luis Castro. Yeah, unironically, it's just coming to Japan. Like, depression has left the chat. People are really nice. 日本に行きたい. The people are really nice. It's also, I found it's very easy to make friends in Japan. Everything's very, especially because I'm living in Tokyo right now. So, in Tokyo, everything's very close and it's very easy to get places. And also, there's a lot of free things to do. So if you want to go places with friends, there's a lot of stuff to do with very like low commitment. And there's a lot of events being hosted. So you can go to those, and usually they're free too. So that's also nice. And you can easily make friends there. They're very friendly. Whoa, 14 months. If you think it's easy to make friends in Tokyo, try urban areas. All the people will cling to your house and invite you for meals. The urban areas. What do you mean urban areas? This is already Tokyo is urban. Internet lag again. The internet's so shady, so spotty. Rural areas. Oh really? I have actually met someone from Tochigi. Um, what is it? I went to a McDonald's to meet up with a friend, and then while I was at the McDonald's, I met this random guy who was buying Labubu for his son, and that guy, he was like, "Hey, have you ever been to Tochigi before?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Have you seen Nikko Toshogu?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Okay, if you're free, we should go see Nikko Toshogu." And so I went with the guy with his family to Nikko Toshogu, and I posted it on Instagram. It was pretty fun. I got to see like Nikko Toshogu and hang out with his family, and they're really friendly. Would like to see a vlog about countryside Japan. Let's say exploring the east, and the least explored mountains. I could maybe, but also that's just there's a lot of traveling. I'd probably just make like art vlogs or something. I don't know. See, rural peeps are built for friendship. Yeah, they're really friendly. I also just found like people in general here are just like friendlier and more open to like being friends, to be honest. So like I feel like in Japan it's like if you don't know the language it's really difficult to make friends, but since I do know Japanese, it's pretty easy. And also you need like good people skills. But like uh I would say like some people say like Japanese people are kind of like colder, but I found it's more like it's not necessarily that they're cold, they're just really shy. So it's like maybe in the public they'll shy away from social interactions, but once you get to know them a bit more, they're a lot more like friendly and more honest, more like straightforward, you know. Do they know you're not Nihonjin? Do they treat you like gaijin? Because I hear that stereotype a lot. The interesting thing with me is that even though I tell people I'm not Nihonjin, they still treat me like Nihonjin. Like I almost have a feeling like it doesn't fully register in their heads that I'm not Japanese. Like even though I tell them I'm not Japanese and I was born in Canada, right? It's still like they kind of insist that like it's almost like they insist or they just assume I act like a Japanese person or like I think like a Japanese person a lot of the time. It's also because I guess also just my personality. Like I'm a very sensitive person and like also very introverted. I know it may not seem like that in my videos sometimes, but like I'm very introverted. So I feel like talking to Japanese people feels very comfortable for me because I feel like Japanese people in general compared to like North Americans, they're very sensitive. So like sensitive in the not sensitive in like when you the way you use it in North America as in like they get offended at things, but more just like they're very in touch with like their emotions and also like they're very aware of like the social implications of stuff. So they're very sensitive to like judgment, for example, or like social dynamics and stuff, right? So for me, because I'm also a very sensitive person, I feel like it fits very well and it's very easy to just kind of like talk about deep things like immediately, right? I feel like when I'm in North America, it's like there's like a lack of understanding for like emotional like emotional things, so it's difficult to talk about like deep conversation as much. Do you have any tips for making friends? I don't. I guess like I think my major tip for making friends in Japan would just be if you're here and you're trying to like make friends with people who are going to work, like if you want to make friends here, you kind of need to know how to read a room. So it's like kuki o yomu, obviously. So it's um obviously like when you go out in public, you're gonna see most people are just going out to work. You don't exactly want to talk to people while they're going to work because they're stressed. So instead, it's best to, meet people where people are going to meet. So they're usually more open to talking, right? So it's a lot easier that way. And also being like aware of like the social dynamics and implications is like really important, right? So like if someone's clearly tired, you don't want to bug them. But if someone seems like they're looking for a conversation, if you give them a conversation, they will be very receptive to it, right? Don't be a Johnny Somali. How long time no see, but you're shining like a star right now. What happened? Well, I just lost. My depression just poofed away, and then I'm in Japan. I'm getting a lot of sun. It's really freaking hot. Well, yesterday it was super hot, and I just kind of did stuff, and I met a lot of interesting people in Japan. And guys, this is exciting news. I've been working really hard to try to get my art into a gallery, and I've done some networking in Japan. And I think I should be able to get a gallery exhibition by next year. Ooh, isn't that exciting? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I've been doing some networking. I met a guy. His name is Toshiyuki Enoki, and I went to Waseda Gallery, called the Dorado Gallery. It's right beside Waseda Daigaku, so it's right beside that. It was a really interesting building, and they're super nice. They like gave me some snacks and stuff, and they taught me a lot of things, right? And they're very kind, and they like to talk about like very deep things, right? And they were asking for me because Toshiyuki-san really liked my artwork, and so he actually asked the gallery owner if they could display my art for me, right? And so he said this year they're fully booked, but he said like next year if I ask or if I get something going for next year, they'll be open to it. And I said, yeah, that's awesome. So I could show my artwork next year at the right by the Waseda Daigaku. It's awesome. And then also I got to know another gallery owner. He's also really nice, Ryotaro Ishigami. And he actually I went to like a gallery opening, and I got to see the artist Ryol. He's from Indonesia. He's also a really nice guy, and we got along. So because I got along with the artist, um, Yotaro actually offered to drive us to Chiba to go to see another artist. He's a very famous street artist in Japan, actually. His name is Snipe One, and this guy is super well known in the street art scene, right? So Snipe One, he kind of made like the foundation of street art in Japan, right? He's kind of a big shot. He's been in the game for like over 30 years, right? And and so I got to meet him at a studio in Chiba. Ryotaro rented a car, and he drove me and Ryo to Chiba to see Snipe. And I got along with Snipe, and I got to do some graffiti. I actually posted it on Instagram. It was really nice of him. He was a really friendly guy. Snipe, I think he's Okinawan, so when he speaks, he has like quite an Okinawan accent. So to be honest, when I listen to him, it's a little difficult to understand him sometimes. But I'm kind of getting a bit more used to it. And he seems to like me a lot, and he likes I showed him my sketchbook, and he really likes my sketches. Really friendly guy. I think he's awesome. And he offered me again to like paint at his studio, so I went there a second time after Rio went back to Indonesia. Um, and yeah, so I just went to his studio a second time after, and I went to one of his gallery openings again, and yeah, we got along, and he really likes my stuff, and we just talk a lot, right? And he seems like a very like easygoing, but also just like I don't give a fuck kind of energy, and I really like that. He's like very free flowing. He kind of just does whatever the fuck, you know. I like that. And he said just whenever I feel like it, I can just like ask him to go to his studio and we could just paint together and he'll teach me some stuff. He taught me a lot of things, right? So I really like his energy. So I feel like I can feel the inspiration coming because I really enjoy his energy. So he's kind of influenced some of my recent artworks actually. Yeah, cool mentor. Yeah, he's cool. I like him. 日本人は普通あなたより背が低いですか？それとも高いですか？ uh, he asked he asked he asked for Japanese people normally, are they shorter than you or are they taller than you? Uh, Japanese people are a lot shorter than me, so a lot of people they look at me. They I get stares a lot, but I get stares a lot in Canada too. Yeah, dude, you're a giant. Yeah, yeah, I get a lot of stares, but I also get a lot of like good stares. Is interesting. Like I get stares a lot in Canada, so I'm used to it, but I really get stared at a lot here. But they never assume I'm a foreigner. They don't call me the foreigner. They call me the tall girl. So, are you 190 centimeters? No, I'm 183. Like for example, if I go to a shop, right? The shop owner is like, いらっしゃいます、いらっしゃいませ、お客様。Uh, or it's like 身長高い女の子におりゃいらっしゃいませ, right? Or just like to the tall girl over there, welcome, right? I noticed that. It's kind of funny. Average male in Japan is like 175. No freaking way they're 175. They're like 160 at most. Thank you for the $10. Did you take the GLPT? What level are you? Also, good to see you again. Get that exercise, friends. Vitamin D, sun, sleep, fight depression. Tall girl. Thank you. I haven't actually taken the GLPT yet, but when I do take practice tests online, I do fit around between N2 and N1 Japanese. I feel like my vocabulary isn't fully there yet, but for grammar and stuff, I kind of like I can have a good deep conversation with someone. It's not like perfect, but it's mostly there. So it's not difficult for me to make friends. I can communicate pretty easily. It's kind of fun being called the tall girl. People recognize me. I'm memorable. People remember me. Like if I show up and they see me, I show up 2 months later and they're like, "Oh, you're that one girl." I'm like, "What do you mean you're that one girl? I was here 2 months ago." You know, like there's this one shop in Namba actually called Chow Chow Gyoza, and the shop owner, I went there once or twice on my first trip to Japan, and then I came back a year later, and the guy still remembered me. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're that girl from last year." I'm like, "From last year? From last year?" It's like, damn, okay. They just remember you for some reason. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I showed up like once or twice, right? And there he remembers me a year later, and I'm like, holy shit. Their lives are so boring they use you as a life inspiration. Maybe. Maybe it's just my energy. If they see a skyscraper once and they see it again, they would remember. I guess I guess so. But the thing with me that's funny is that for me, I'm kind of short sitting down. So when I'm sitting down, I'm average. So like I'm very average height when I'm sitting down. But as soon as I stand up, I'm like huge cuz like all of my height is in my legs. You're basically 90% legs. It's true though. It's true. Like unironically, when I sit on trains, nobody really bats an eye, right? But as soon as I stand up, they're like, "What?" They're like, "No way." So actually, in Japan, it's a little difficult to actually find like clothes, like pants that fit me. But for tops that fit me, like pretty much everything fits for the the waist up. So I don't need to worry about like shirts or stuff or like blouses fitting me because it all fits. But as soon as I had to find like pants or like stuff for my legs, I had to go to like a specialty shop. At least they have options here for that though. Like that's one thing I love about Japan is that there's a lot of variety. So so there's like so much variety around that like if you do have something particular that you need, you should be able to find it here pretty easily for a reasonable price. I wonder if Uniqlo in Japan has long on hand pants still. Yeah, I also even in Canada, I go to Uniqlo if I want pants that fit me. Cuz usually in Canada too, I can't find pants that fit me. They're always like slightly too short. But if you go to Uniqlo in Canada, they do have pants for taller people, which is really nice. Have you seen tall Japanese men or women yet? Yeah, yeah, I have. I've seen some girls that are taller than me here. There's like a couple. They're not. They're pretty rare, but they do exist. How long have you been in Japan? So far, I've been here for a month and a half. Uh, like on this trip. So I'm just taking I'm staying here for 2.5 months, and so I'm going back to Canada in uh August or no July, the end of July. So July 30th, I'm heading back to Canada, and then after that, I don't know. I'll like probably stream in Canada. But I've been feeling really motivated now. I'm feeling a lot better, a lot happier, a lot more energetic, and much more healthy. Like I'm losing weight. My waistline has been getting much better being here. I feel like less bloated because the food is just much better here. The food quality is also better. The groceries are fairly like really affordable. Um, the rent is very affordable, and most things are very reasonably priced here, right? So Less stress makes people lose weight too, I think. Yeah, that's true. So like I'm not stressed anymore. Like I feel pretty great. Like I don't get depression. I can very easily like go see friends if I want to here. So like usually I had an issue in Canada where it was like I could never focus when I'm alone because I always have this like this feeling in the back of my head that I'll be alone forever because like it was really difficult to have friends because everything's so far away. Um, but like in Japan, I don't really worry about that because in Tokyo it's really easy to make friends. So it's literally like I'm not gonna worry that if I'm alone for a couple days, I can just work on my stuff, and when I'm ready, I can hit up one of my friends to just do something, right? And that's good for me, right? So, and the nice thing with Japanese people is that they actually stick to plans, so it's easier to plan stuff. Whereas usually I'm used to like when you plan things, it's most of the time it's gonna go south. So a lot like what I found in Canada is that I would plan more than one thing in advance, just cause like in case one or two of them like fall off, right? But here in Japan, it's like you can usually guarantee that like okay, if you get one or two people, at most one person might cancel like 3 days in advance, right? But you're never gonna get the last minute cancellations. That's just like rude, right? But here it's just like you don't have to worry about it. So it's just like, you know, like I don't have to worry about my friends just canceling on me. Japan planning is insane. They have timetable books for kids to make like a month worth of plans. Yeah, I do. I actually do buy the times table or the planning books sometimes when I come here. I haven't gotten one yet, but I probably will get one for next year. Or yeah, I'll probably get one for next year or something. Top-notch sketchbook. Yeah, that's true. Japan has really good art supplies. Also, oh, this is amazing, right? American size bottle. This is just this is this is just water bottled water. I gotta stay hydrated. It's very hot recently. Um, but like art supplies are super cheap here. So guys, if you were if you are an artist and you love painting, you should get your art supplies in Japan. The oil paint is like really good quality, very cheap. And also, like I could show you like this I got. Hold on, I'll be right back. See these canvases? This canvas here. So these canvases are these are linen canvases. These aren't canvas. These are linen. This is the good stuff. And also the surface is not I don't think it's acrylic gesso. I'm pretty sure they use oil ground. So you can get the oil ground linen canvas and I paid 500 yen for this. So this is about 5 Canadian dollars or like two and a half no, like three American dollars. So $3 American, 5 Canadian dollars for this. For like the cream of the crop canvas, right? It's insane. And also like the oil paints, buying oil paints compared to what I get in Canada for like twice the quality, it's like half the price of like the regular like the low quality brands. How long does it last for? It can last forever. So like linen is historically used for oil paintings because of its durability. It lasts pretty much forever. That's an art store in Japan with 4,200 different pick. That's not the same one. I went to Sekaido. So Sekaido has really good deals on Holbein paint especially, right? So I think all these are made with Holbein. This is, well, it says Sekaido, but this is 100% asa. 100% asa. So it's hemp, made out of hemp, right? Oh, your ears, sorry. I bumped my microphone. Oops. So this is 100% asa. So it's 100% hemp. And it's really good. So it's proper shit. It's good shit. I was deeply lonely and depressed while unemployed after graduation for 6 months. Your videos helped me not give up. Now I'm happily employed at one of the big tech companies. Thank you for everything. Have money. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Thank you for the $20. I'm glad that you have a better life now. I mean, I'm trying to get a better life too, to be honest. I guess everybody's trying to find the life they want to live. I mean, like, I'm happy, especially, like, coming to Tokyo. I'm for sure realizing that, like, it's just, things are gonna be okay here. Like, I'm not going to, because I remember before, like, in my comments, I would get a lot of people being like, oh, moving to Japan is not gonna solve your problems. You're gonna be lonely in Japan too. And, like, you should just be in America or something. Like, nah, you know what? Nah, don't listen to them. I come to Japan and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I thought it would be. Look at you now, they are fools. Oh, it's pretty nice. I feel like things are a lot more reasonably priced here, and also it's just like I guess for transportation, the transportation's also very good. So it does, some of the stuff does add up over time, right? So like, because since I was here, I've been going out like a lot, so I take the train like very often. Uh, but the thing is, from where I am to Shibuya or like Shinjuku, where all the stuff is happening, it's a little expensive. No, not that expensive, right? It's actually very reasonable. But because I do it so often, it adds up. So like it's like a $10 round trip. So $5 to go there and $5 to go back. Well, 5 Canadian dollars, 500 yen. And it's about $3 American, so $6 American, 10 Canadian dollars. Um, but it's like round trip like around $10. So, which is very reasonable for how far I'm going, because compared to like Ottawa Transit, you go 1/3 of the distance and pay the same price, right? And it takes longer. So, it's not like I'm mad about it, but like because I'm going out every day, it's like it does add up. So I am spending quite a bit more money than I would like to on like transportation. Are you in your touching grass arc right now? Yeah, I kind of am. Like I've been going out and doing painting. I actually got a major sunburn from like painting outside. If you guys see it, I got like sunburn. I'll show you the painting that I made with it at least. It is actually a nice painting, so maybe it was worth it. I made this painting. So this is like plein air painting. I just kind of went to the park and I just like painted this. I was painting the trees. I had a whole crowd of kids around me just like looking at my artwork. They're like, wow, it's so nice. ねえ、お姉さん、お姉さん、綺麗だね。綺麗。Neat, touching grass, nice. So you got the statue here and then the trees. I spent a lot of time on the trees. So 本当に綺麗だね。Not only are you touching grass, but you're creating grass-like features in your art. Yeah, it's true. It's true. No, my art, I've been practicing a lot and it's been turning out really nice. So, yeah. And like, what else? I have some other paintings too. I'll show you. So this one's not finished yet, but this is Nikko Toshogu. It's not finished yet. I still have a lot of details I need to, especially in this area, there's a lot of details I need to flesh out. But this is like, I I copied it from a photo I took of Nikko Toshogu. That is looking very nice. I love your impressionist take. I like the impressionist look. It's like my style when I do like plein air paintings, right? But I also do like other things. Like recently I've been doing like sometimes I like to do more realistic stuff, but some other times I like to do more expressive things. So like on my rainy days or something, I try to go for paintings that express my emotions better. So I have stuff like this. This was a rainy day painting. And it kind of looks like it's a rainy day painting, but I really like how this one turned out. This is actually one of my favorite ones. So there's a lot of texture and stuff. And obviously it's not realistic looking. It's kind of like abstract a bit. Looks childish, but that's kind of the point. Cuz that's just how I was feeling that day, right? And some of these were also influenced by Snipe. So like Snipe teaching me and stuff has kind of shown me like different ways to express myself. So I think that was really nice. I think maybe probably in the future I'll probably like get to know Snipe more and he can become sort of like a mentor figure for me. But he's very famous in Japan, so like that would be really nice. Snipe too. Hello, you gonna cite Sora the Troll? I already have done that. Maybe I could do it again. I really like the rainy day style. Yeah, I really like the way that came out too. I'm kind of just I have this like extra room in this bedroom I have here that I'm renting. It's like it's really good for painting. So I just been painting there and using it as like a studio. So I have quite a few paintings there. And art supplies are very cheap here. So sometimes I just go like take a train to like Sekaido and then I come back and I just buy a shit ton of canvases and like art supplies and I just go ham at it. And I don't worry too much about wasting paint and stuff because the paint is like it's reasonably priced. So that's like good. I don't have to worry about it. This woman is all getting all the recognition in Japan. Look at her. The fools think Japan will solve her problems. The people, they're just nicer. They're just friendlier, and they are very generous. So I found is that when you go out of your way to do stuff for people or like to have an interest in things, you know, and you need to have an actual interest, not like your interest is like going to restaurants or like oh I'm really interested in going drinking. No, like no, that's not an actual interest. But if you're actually interested in like art or like crafts or like judo or like kindle, right? People see that in Japan and they're like, okay, I see this person that's interested. Let's bring them to their full potential, right? That's how Japanese people think. Japanese people are very serious people. They take things very seriously, and when they see somebody who's willing to learn, they will teach you.暑いでしょ。最近はめっちゃ暑かったね。ねえ。むっちゃ暑かった。Maybe Japanese people are in the Andrew Tate of healthy society. The fuck is that supposed to mean? What even is that supposed to mean? If I went to Japan, I would want to see how much Transformers merch I can find. I actually haven't really seen much Transformers stuff here. YouTube stopped putting your streams on my front page. I thought you fell off the face of the earth. Well, it's just because I haven't had motivation to do YouTube stuff. I've been trying to explore more into like art things because I feel like art makes me happier. So I also just been really longing for like some community outside of just like the internet, because like yes, I do appreciate that I do have people who like watch my channel and like love everything I do. And there is like a community here, but the thing is I don't see you guys in person, and it's like it feels very empty, right? So I've been kind of like longing for like some interaction like outside of just the internet, that I can like feel like I have like a group of people to be with, right? So that's been really good for me. And I feel a lot better because of it. So now I feel this sense of more like safety. Like if I have like issues, for example, I can always ask like Snipe. He's always friendly. Or like Yotaro, for like guidance on what to do and stuff, right? So I have people I feel like I can trust, and that's another thing I feel is really nice about Japan, is that uh like Japanese people are just really trustworthy, like really trustworthy. Like you can just like ask them to do something, even if it's just like really out of their way, they'll still do it. Sometimes, like like or it's just like if they like you, they will never do anything wrong to you, or like they'll or if you even like suggest a certain boundary, they will never cross it. Like you don't have to be so direct. The plastic water bottle, really beautiful. I never thought of someone saying that this like a water bottle would be beautiful like this, but I guess I got this from the Gyomu Super, so the internet can feel very isolating sometimes, but sometimes it's a way to meet people IRL. The issue is that where I was in Canada, it was very like far away from like the whole YouTube scene, so it's very isolating because like nobody in my country really does YouTube that much. So like the people who do YouTube in Canada, they're like one-offs, but it's not like I'm close to LA or something, for example, right? Uh, Whereas, like, say if I was doing YouTube and I lived by LA, I could always do collabs. I could like, make streamer friends and stuff. That would feel like a bit better, I would say. Like if I lived closer to LA, I could do that. But unfortunately, I'm not an American citizen, and LA is expensive, and yeah, so on and so on. So I'm in Japan instead, and to be honest, I like it here. So like, yeah, I'm gonna work my way here. Yeah, but then you'd be in LA. Exactly. Exactly. Seems like you have more hair, not longer, but volume wise. Actually, So I've been using a lot of Japanese beauty products now. I bought some. So this not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored, by the way. So I've been using Ando Honey. Ando Honey ni wa, it's like what is it? It's a hair oil. So this is a hair oil, and it's supposed to keep your hair nice and moist. And my hair has a tendency to be very dry. And the nice thing about here compared to Canada is that all of the beauty products are meant for Asian people. So the hair oil, the facial cream, and the shampoo and conditioner, it's meant for people with long, straight, black hair. So it works really well for that. So if you have long, straight, black hair, like me, and most Asian people, it's very easy to find products that fit your hair type and your skin type. Beauty influencer face. Honestly, like I've been paying so much more attention to the way I look when I've been here. So, like in Canada, people don't really care too much about the way they appear, which I don't think is a bad thing, to be fair. But like, here it's definitely like, whenever you're outside, there's always people that look like perfectly groomed. It looks like they just came out of the salon and they're just like doing their thing, and you're like, oh my god, they look flawless, right? And I'm just like, damn, I wish I could look that flawless. And I'm just thinking, like, how the fuck do they look flawless all the time? So I did some research and I looked at some Japanese beauty channels on YouTube, and it turns out all you really need is some good shampoo, some hair oil, some moisturizer, and straight iron. So every few days you just straight iron your hair, and then yeah, you have super straight, beautiful hair. You just gotta make sure your hair doesn't get damaged when you use it, right? So you just straight iron the hair and it looks perfect. The razor, well, obviously you shave, so like I'm not sure if there's a lot of people who wax here, but I noticed a lot of razors. I didn't notice a lot of like, I didn't notice in the stores like wax strips. I usually prefer wax strips, but you also got a razor. That's important too. Wait, have you met any gyarus before? I do see them sometimes. Like, I feel like there's not as many, like, kind of gyaru type or, like, the really weirdly dressed people as it's depicted in, like, media. But you do see them sometimes, especially if you go to, like, what is it, Minato-ku? Minato-ku, or, like, Shinjuku, or, Harajuku, or Shimokitazawa. You see them more often there, but they're still, like, overall, those type of people are very uncommon. They tend to conglomerate into like a couple places though. Like usually here, actually I can show you. Like I got some magazines. I really like the magazines. So I got a copy of Bijin Hyakka. Bijin Hyakka is like, shows you a lot of styles and stuff. So this is like what a lot of girls here seem to strive for, this kind of look. Not all of them. A lot of them wear kind of workwear too, but you see quite a few people kind of dressed like this. This is considered like fancy, dressing fancy. You see a lot of people in like Ginza who dress like this. So like, yeah, if you go to like the richer areas like Ginza or what else? Ikebukuro, I think. it's, yeah, you see girls like this, and they look perfect. Like they look like perfectly groomed all the time. Is that Kaho on the, what do you mean Kaho? I don't know who this is. Honda Tsubasa. Her name's Tsubasa, not Kaho. Dumbass. Omote-san, though, all styles are different. Yeah, that's true. Would you say you follow a particular style? I haven't been here long enough to, but I have been experimenting actually. I got an outfit. I got an outfit that I really like. This is like my first kind of like delve into thrifting and or getting outfits in Japan. But I got this outfit. I really like the way it looks. So I'll show you. Looks fancy, doesn't it? There we go. This is it. There we go. And I also pair it with this higasa I bought. So in Japan it's very common to have a sun umbrella. So you get the higasa with it. I got a nice pink one to have like an standout accent. And so this is my outfit. Very nice high waist look. This is creeping me out. It's very nice. Yeah, but yeah, if I want to, I can look very nice. I don't even use makeup, so if I did use makeup, I'd look very different, but I don't, so. But yeah, when I do show up in this, I do get a lot of looks. Like, a lot of people are just like, oh, whoa. Who's that? Definitely is a confidence booster. Slay. Hime-sama asked for real. You look pretty. Japanese yokai ass outfit. What do you mean yokai ass outfit? What do you gonna say? Like I'm Hachishaku sama, 8 foot tall, 8 foot tall girl, job interview outfit. I mean, a lot of people wear kind of this kind of outfit like unironically though. Yes, literally you. What do you mean? You were just missing the hat. You know, I do actually scare people at night here. The amount of people that I've startled here, it's like I show up behind someone and they're like, oh, ooh. They're like, I scare them shitless, right? It's hilarious. I I accidentally scare the shit out of like a lot of people here. Certified ghost type. No, I remember I went into like a grocery store near my house at night while there was like an old man just like stacking tofu like on the shelves, right? He didn't notice me there, but he was in my way, so I was kind of standing behind him. And then he turned around, he saw me, he was like, he's like, like I swear I was about to kill him because like he just had a heart attack, like he almost just had a heart attack by seeing me. Like he almost just died right there from like heart failure or something. Like bro was scared. He like shit his pants. and then he and then he says like, "Irashaimase, irashaimase." It's really funny. Aura. Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned to me. Actually, like one of Snipe's friends at his art exhibition. His name's Kitaro, but he kept mentioning because I was tall, I had like this aura to me, and he said he could tell I was an interesting person before even talking to me, because of my aura, whatever that meant. Oops. She's aura farming. I do kind of aura farm here though. I do attract a lot of attention here. Like, not gonna lie, being here, it's like my I feel like I've gone up the looks ladder, you know what I mean? Cause like here I'm kind of like I'm like really ideal. I'm considered like really ideal. But it's like in Canada, it's like I'm not. Well, it's like I'm in a subsection, a kind of like fetishized maybe, which I don't like. But here I'm just like I'm kind of like top of the food chain. How did you study Japanese? How much did you study? Also, I'm going to tell my grandkids that you are the real Tokyo Tower. I am the Tokyo Tower. Um, so when I studied Japanese, I just kind of did it as a hobby. And so I studied as a hobby. I was really consistent with it, and I tried to get into like a language learning community. I try to get to know other people who are also learning it, and also like I tried to get to know Japanese people, like actual Japanese people, and to talk to them. And so that was really important. Uh, Look at you being the absolute apex. That was kind of funny. No, but like I definitely do kind of feel like the looks kind of gone up. Like I do get more attention. I get more positive attention here than I do in Canada. I do get attention in Canada still, but it's more like as a fetish, like oh you're Asian kind of thing. I've always put into the category of like you're good looking Asian, right? But here it's just like I'm just good looking, guess kind of thing, right? I thought it was a tall fetish. No, there's a lot of people with an Asian fetish. It's kind of gross to deal with, to be honest, though. But like, yeah. Oh yeah. For me, studying Japanese is literally like you start out like you just make friends, you watch stuff, and then as you watch stuff, you just write down the vocabulary, and then you try to remember it. Any words you don't know, you just write it down, and it's that simple. And then over time, you just learn more and more words. That and also if you want to just like really focus on the vocabulary specifically, you could try flashcards, like Anki. Anki can really help. But like the thing with Anki is that when you try to learn the words by themselves, you don't have any context with it. So I found this really difficult to remember, like like to remember it as easily because you don't have any context, or the first time you saw it wasn't in context, so you have nothing to associate it with. So you're just learning a lot of vocabulary, but you're not understanding the context. So when you actually speak Japanese, you start to like use the words incorrectly, or just like really weird, or just like you forget them very easily because you just have no context. So your brain assumes it's not important. I found this method that I do of writing the question or writing the things down, but this also works for me because I know the language enough that like I don't come across new words too often compared to like someone who's just starting where every single word is like a new word, right? So I think for someone who's like newer to learning the language, you gotta start with like lower like content that's very easy to understand for like younger people, or so like then you won't hear as many new words and it's more digestible for you, right? Whereas for me, it's like I can listen to TV and like I understand 90% of what they're saying, right? So yeah, basically start as a child. Just like we'll just start out with like stuff that would be made for children. Like start out with like conversations that are like super easy. So like try to find content like sometimes you find on YouTube like listening comprehension for like going to shops and stuff to get some more context. So I think the most ideal thing is that you want to get as much context as possible, because that's the main thing I had struggled with here was that I knew words but I didn't know the context that the words was used in, so it was basically pointless to learn the word, right? So yeah. Isn't there a method where you look at the symbol and make it look like what it means? Like the symbol for dog looking like a dog in the symbol. I mean, I never did that and I'm fluent. So like you don't need to do that. I feel like that's doing stuff like that is kind of a waste of time. Like for example, like the the average Japanese university graduate in knows around 50,000 words or can understand 50,000 words. So you're going to tell me that trying to draw those kanji into like funny little dog shapes is going to get you to that 50,000 word count in like a reasonable amount of time? You're literally going to be spending your entire life learning words like that, and you're not even going to get to the 50,000 mark, right? So so when you're trying to learn a lot of words, at a certain point you have to just not even like give a shit. You can't write down the definitions. You got to do just the bare minimum. You got to see as many things as possible, and you just got to try to remember it as easily without using mnemonics or anything. That's what I do, right? Because you just don't have time to actually put effort into every single word you see, right? So yeah. You only need to know 1,000 most used words in order to learn a language properly. The 1,000 most used words, it'll get you like very basic conversations, but you're never going to have a deep conversation with someone. So, like, it will get you the practical things, like ordering food, getting on the train, stuff like 1,000 words, that should do you just fine. But 1,000 word is like a toddler, right? So like a toddler knows 1,000 words. So, if you actually want to like make friends and like have deep connections and like mentors and stuff in Japan, get the full Japanese experience, you need to know much more than that. So I would say at minimum, if you're gonna make the most of Japan, to be fair, it's hard to recommend how many words to know because it really depends on what you're doing here. So if you just want to like if your job uses English and you just want to like live here and like order food and stuff and like maybe make a couple friends here or there that are interested in foreigners, like yeah, sure, like 1,000 to 5,000 words is fine, perfectly fine, right? But if you're doing like what I'm doing, where you're fully immersing in the culture and you really want like mentors, you want to exchange like proper thoughts, and you want to like have a career, and you want to have not just a career, but you also want to have like social mobility in your career, you need to know the language more fluently than that. So like my goal is I want to learn the language very fluently, so at least 20,000 words, which is like the average uneducated adult in Japan knows like 20,000 ish words. Japanese specifically is a very verbose language, so uh yeah, there's just a lot of vocabulary in Japanese, a lot compared to other languages. So in English, university graduates know about 20,000 words, but in Japan they know like 50,000. So it's like huge difference. What's your level? N3. My level's in between N2 and N1. So like I'm getting to N1. Damn, that's some dedication. Did you learn to speak Japanese when you started learning? I started with a lot of reading. So reading helps you get a lot of vocabulary, but it doesn't give you a lot of context, I feel. A lot of every single learning technique I found, it has like pros and cons. So I found that speaking was really good because it got you to actually say the things and use the things, so you start to wonder how to describe certain things, and then it becomes reinforced. So like for example, I told you to do this, right? Um, それをして、それをするように言った. So like I said it, I told him to do that, right? But like if you never had to encounter that sort of situation or had to describe that, for example, it could be a little bit difficult to like when it comes up, right? It's a grammar issue, right? Uh, but I found reading helps you get a lot of vocabulary, but it's not super good for context because the stuff you learn from books isn't really practical in like regular conversation. But but also when you do regular conversations, it's good for like grammar because you learn how to like say things or certain thoughts. But uh but then the issue is that most of your conversations don't go deep enough that you learn complex vocabulary. So it's always like drawbacks and benefits, right? So I recommend if you're learning Japanese, you should have a very well-rounded like learning experience. I feel like speaking Japanese is a much better method than learning to write because kanji is very tough sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes, like, if you want to be really fluent, you just kind of got to do it. Been keeping up with your stories on Insta, those galleries and studios you've been look really rad as well. Yeah, it's been really fun. It's been cool going to those galleries and stuff. Like, it's been awesome, right? Whew. How much Japanese do you recommend for a vacation? No, I would say if you know the most used 1,000 words, that's more than enough for like a vacation. Like, you should know, you should be able to uh get get away with it just fine. But like also you have to make sure that those words come from stuff you would do on the vacation. So like for example, I'd recommend if you're doing like listening comprehension, you should look at listening comprehension that goes through those specific situations that you would go through in a restaurant. So like for example, when the person asks you, right? How many people do you, like how many people, right? So they'll usually ask, like the restaurant staff will ask, "何人前?" "何人前?" right? Or like, yeah, yeah. But for you as like the customer, you don't say you don't say that. You say 一人、二人、三人、4人, right? So, but because they're the staff, they say it in the really polite way. But you have to reply in the casual way. Got any good friends already in Japan? Yeah, I have plenty. Like I have a lot of people I know. It's harder to understand they speak than speak back because we use words you don't know. Well, it's also because when you talk to staff, they talk in keigo. Keigo in particular, right? Keigo is really difficult to understand for even me sometimes. So, like for example, like when they ask, so when you ask, like してる?してますか? Or ご存知ですか? Or like ご存知でございますか? Like stuff like that, right? Like in Japanese, there's so many different levels to it. So like a lot of the time you have like the casual way to say it, and then the polite version to say the polite way to say the casual word, and then you have the extra polite word, and then you have the extra polite way to say the polite word. Or like for example, like じゃないですじゃないではないではないです ではありません or でございません so it's there's so many like different levels to it. But they're all different levels of politeness, right? So yeah. They also have counter words, which is a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's true. Like for example, if you have a fish, right? If you have a fish in the ocean, it's ippiki. If you catch the fish, it's ippon. And then if you cut the fish, it's into a block of meat, it's icho. And then uh and then if you cut the fish into like a slice for nigiri, if you cut the fish in, oh, is it lagging? Shit. Is it back? There we go. Yeah, so if you cut the fish into slices for nigiri, it's isetsu. I think isetsu or ikiri. I don't. Which one's correct? I don't fully remember. Ikiri. Isai. Oh, isai. That's what it is. So you cut it into a slice for nigiri. It's isai. Or like, yeah, so fish in the ocean, ippiki. Catch the fish, ippon. Cut the fish is actually hitosatsu. And then you cut the fish into like a cube for like sushi making, icho. And then you cut the fish for nigiri, isai. That stuff's kind of funny. I find that pretty funny. So stuff like that in Japanese can be like really difficult. Stream is lagging a bit. I know. I can't do anything about it though because the internet's so spotty. Damn, that's crazy. Because you get a block of fish, you know. Ah, it's lagging. So the troll taught us the word manko. I hope that's enough Japanese good enough through the vacation. He taught you manko. Damn. Okay, I can one up him though. Shit, this stream's lagging. I can one up him though. Wait, how long have I been streaming? Around like 2 hours, yeah. It's around the 2 hour mark. Yeah, I can one up him. Chinkasu. Chinkasu. Don't search that up. But if you want to search that up, go ahead. That's my one up. That's my one upping Sora the Troll. No, chinkasu, not chinkatsu. Chinkasu. It's probably something wholesome, don't worry about it. You got chinkasu and mankasu. Do you know Kansai dialect? Kansai dialect's fine. Yeah, I do know a little bit of Kansai dialect. So, sena, sena, or like okini, or nambo, or yeah, stuff like that, right? Shinkasu, mankasu, I know where this is going. How you say ramen in Japanese? It's just ramen is ramen. Wow. No, chinkasu, su, not tsu, su, chinkasu. Jeez. chinkasu and mankasu. Chinkasu to mankasu. Chinkasu to mankasu の検索やめておけ。やめておけ。あんまり良くない単語だから覚えなくても大丈夫。Diabolical couple. Is that a giant crack in the wall? No, it's not. It's just like dripping because it was raining and like something. There's like some dye that dripped on the wall here. It's not a crack. 覚えた方がいいよ。いや。生活には使わないから覚えなくてもいいよ。Was that from an earthquake? No, it's not. It was just raining. I haven't experienced an earthquake here yet. でも使う時もあるよ。何のところで使うの？やばくない？やばいよ。マジか。おじいさんとどんなおじいさんあったの？どのおじさんあったの？やばくない？変態おじさんじゃん。Sketchbook peak, お願いし please, optional buy yourself a coffee. Unfortunately, I don't have my sketchbook on me right now. I accidentally left it in Snipe's studio. So right now Snipe has my sketchbook. I wish I could show it, but I'll show it next time I get it back. But I'll probably hang out with Snipe again. I'll get my sketchbook. Give them back the $5. We only learn the most useful Japanese phrases. Okay, if I get another $5, I'll teach you another funny phrase. I mean, I get to teach everybody really really mean words. But yeah, I went to Snipe's studio and I was really into painting, and I actually stayed at his studio till the morning. So I stayed the whole night. I didn't sleep the whole night. I was painting the whole time. And in the morning when we were supposed to leave, I was really tired, so I accidentally forgot my sketchbook at the studio. So that kind of sucks. He really liked my sketchbook, but he'll probably bring it, or he'll bring it back, or he'll probably bring it back, or I would probably go to his studio and then bring it back. I stayed the whole night. Yeah, I was busy painting. It took a lot of work, and I was tired as fuck. But I hung out with him, and I listened to hip hop and stuff, and yeah, I made a dragon, and I had a really hard time with the spray cans, because he was trying to teach me how to get really thin lines with the spray cans, and I didn't realize how tedious it was. It was really difficult, even for me. But he was really impressed on how I was actually doing it right. So Yeah, he was impressed that I could do it so well, but I was like, man, I suck at this. Imagine that hanging out, imagine just hanging out with the coolest artist in Japan just because you have a specific aura. That's what happens when you have aura. You meet other people with aura. It's like having a JoJo stand, right? You know how they say in the JoJo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that people with a stand attract other people with a stand? I'm basically a stand user. I'm based, like, guys, I'm literally a stand user. I attract other stand users. Bro, I live in Tokyo. Why'd you come now? It's hot AF. It's nice here. It's not even that hot, to be honest. Canada gets this hot too. The amount of JoJo references. Yep, definitely a stand user. I don't even know what my stand would be, but I have the aura for it, so clearly I'm doing something right. What do you stand? You got neat touching grass stand. Either Beyblade or painting related. I actually haven't gotten Beyblades yet, but you know what's the funniest thing that happened? It was the funniest thing that happened actually when I was in a Yodobashi camera to like I was kind of like looking for Beyblades. So, you know, there's like the toy section, right? Where you get like the Beyblades, the like slot cars, and there was like a slot car racetrack, right? So it was this guy that was like playing with his like slot car. He was building his slot car, right? And I saw him giggling. He's like, and he's like having fun, right? I was like, oh, that's cool. He looks at me, and then he like looks up from his slot car. He looks at me. He instantly locks in. So I went. I saw his face go like, kind of thing, right? I was like, yo, no way that just happened. Bro, bro was like, CG, just like actually locked in. Like as soon as he saw me, instant lock in. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, no way that just happened. Guy looked at you and went through the JoJo stand. Just instant locked in. Like I don't know why, but like what is it if he's just like, yo, I gotta look cool in front of the hose or something like that, right? I honestly thought the slot cars was cool. Like if he was having fun with it, I would be interested in talking to him. But if he locked like because in the moment he was like so angry looking, like he just locked in, right? I was just like kind of confused. I didn't talk to him, but I think if he was having fun, I would probably talk to him. Bro got intimidated. Gamer moment. What new games you been waiting to come out? I really wanted to get a Switch too, but I also feel like I don't have enough time to play it because I've been busy working on paintings. But I really want to play Mario Kart. I want to play Mario Kart. I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. Shit, is my stream going? I really want to get like Mario Kart World. I want to get Donkey Kong Bonanza and play on my Switch, but I feel like I don't have time to play on it because I'm really busy working on paintings. And also, Switch 2 is expensive, but like I'll probably buy it eventually. But actually, you get in Japan the Switch is cheaper than it is in Canada by quite a bit. So like, if anything, it would be a good idea to get it now. But like, I have other things I want to do. That Switch is gonna be a big purchase. Yeah, it is. And right now I don't have a lot of time to play it anyways. So like, yeah. But like I'm gonna work on paintings, and to be honest, I'd rather put the money towards like paint art supplies. When you start getting serious with art, gaming takes a backseat. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like any kind of money I get now, I'm probably just gonna use for like art supplies and stuff because Japan's art supplies are very cheap, very affordable. So I'll probably get like paint and stuff. The Japanese only model is cheaper. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's like quite a bit cheaper. It's like 450, 450 Canadian. So it's pretty cheap comparison in comparison. It's either games or art supplies. Good investment, yo. Where you been, gangy? I've been in Japan, baby. Cyberpunk on Switch 2 is crazy. Yeah, I've kind of been interested in like playing that because the Switch 2 has the mouse feature. I thought that was really cool. But it's really nice on Nintendo that they actually have enough Switches to go around this time. Because, yeah, unfortunately for the PS5, they didn't have enough PS5s on launch, so now there's like no PS5 games and nobody has a PS5. Unlucky. But a little bit kawaisou for Sony, but Nintendo picks up the slack because they actually produced enough Switches this time. Thank you for the $18, Gummer Spice. Jeez, thank you. Thank you so much. Fucking neat. How you doing, Elisa? I'm doing fucking great. I'm doing fucking amazing. I kicking depression's ass. Yeah, it's pretty good. Scalpers lost money from that. Honestly, I'm glad. Like, there's more Nintendo Switch 2s to go around, you know. In Japan, actually, I don't see many people with like the Switch at all. But to be fair, it's also because the people in my area are like older. But like I think my favorite part of the Nintendo Switch is like the fact that you can do local multiplayer very easily. Like you can just give someone the Joy-Con. That's my favorite feature of it. So I really like the social features. Also recently I've been playing a lot of like Brain Age on the Switch because I've been playing a lot of Sudoku and I also been playing a lot of Project Diva. So the times when I'm not painting, I just play like Project Diva or like Sudoku or I play Brain Age. So yeah. Joy-Cons be better better be less fragile on the Switch 2. I heard they're a lot better on the Switch 2 actually. I've heard people praising the Switch 2 Joy-Cons actually. Hell yeah, Brain Age! I got the Japanese version, Brain Age here. I'm pretty sure this is Japan and Europe exclusive. They didn't have one in North America, but Dr. Kawashima's Brain Age is a Japanese box. Hell yeah, Brain Age! Yeah, that Brain Age isn't in the USA. I also got the one that's on the 3DS. I literally got I got literally every single Brain Age in the series for every one of my consoles. So I got one for the DS. So I got Brain Age 1, Brain Age 2 for the DS. Then I also got Brain Age concentration training for the 3DS. And now I have Brain Age on the Switch. So I did that. But they're all pretty cheap. So like that's why I collected all of them. They're pretty fun because like they're some of the puzzles are pretty challenging and also like I find a lot of games are kind of boring because they're not like difficult. Like they're not you don't have to think very much in a lot of games. But Brain Age it actually challenges your thinking, so I like that. It's more stimulating. Brain might be the same size, but brain cells multiply by the minute playing Brain Age. Interesting. I got the Switch 2. It's great, but there's nothing really out for it. So it's been collecting dust for about a week. Well, I mean, it doesn't have games right now, but I guarantee once developers see that like the Switch 2 has been massively adopted, they're gonna start producing games for sure. 100%. The Switch 2 is eventually gonna have a fuck ton of games. I guarantee it. Because right now developers are gonna see that like holy shit, everybody has a Switch 2. Now they're gonna be like, okay, if we develop for the Switch 2, it's gonna be a huge market. Right? Bam. In the long run, it's gonna have a ton of games, I guarantee it. Where do you work out? At least a chunk brain age. My Switch 1. I like my Switch 1. This is like 10 years old too, by the way. Like my Switch is like 10 years old. It's old, but it looks brand new. I take good care of it, so. I have a screen protector and everything on it. My Joy-Cons are like perfectly intact. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like it looks pretty new. Jesus, it's been 10 years. I got this when I was in high school, so yeah, it was a while ago. I want to look perfect for a decade. How about the performance? The performance is fine. It's literally the same as it always was. 2015 feels like 5 years ago. It's probably because you're staying inside the fucking house. Dude, go outside, touch grass. Holy shit. It's probably because you haven't gone outside since COVID, dumbass. That's why it feels so long. Yeah, it was 4 years ago, but 4 years can easily feel like 1 year if you don't do anything. Probably because he hasn't gone to Japan. Yeah, you gotta go to Japan. You gotta just like do stuff. And then your 4 years feels like 10 years. That's what it feels like for me. Like honestly, there's been so much going on for like the past like few years of my life. I've just been doing a lot of new things that I never really would have tried before. I feel like the last 3 years of my life feels like 10 years. Unironically. There's just so many new things I've done. So I feel like time's like slowed down a lot. And whenever time speeds up, it's when I feel like that's when I know kind of like I'm doing something wrong. I should be doing something, right? Lisa Chung ad, you depressed, you or do you write it like it's in a fucking Asian accent? You depressed? You loser? Come to Japan. Japan will solve your problem. Come to Japan. Problem no longer. Come to Japan right now. Now come Japan right now. Come Japan. Come now. Japan, no depression, no sad, no depression, no sad. Japan, very good. Eat sushi, very happy. Stomach, very happy, and no sad. Come, 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 Japan. Come, Japan. You work for Nintendo. Make Switch 2. Get the Switch 2 for free and Mario. No sando. No sando and Mario. I want to go to Japan and Rasengan Sora the Troll. I already did. I did meet him at least. Maybe I can meet him again. I don't know. Elisa, please convince Nintendo to make the 3DS too. I will talk to who's in charge of uh Nintendo now. They don't have Reggie Fils-Aimé anymore or Satoru Iwata. They kind of left. But they have like Doug Bowser. That's like Nintendo America though. What do they have? Uh, I'm in charge. Satoru Iwata died. I know that. But I think didn't Reggie just leave? Shuntaro Furukawa, Mr. Nintendo. Do you remember in 2024 when every topic ended up becoming political? I'm glad nobody cares anymore. Yeah, it's because I'm in Japan. Come to Japan. No sad. No sad. Very happy. Very happy. And stomach very happy. Food eat sushi every day. Every day eat sushi and very happy stomach. Everyone in Japan love Rasengan Sora the Troll. Ramen every day ramen. You hungry? You like sushi? Come to Japan. Solve your problem. Solve your problem. Everyone. Ramen happy life. You know loser. Have you been to Bells? Sushi good. Oishii. You know hungry. Hungry. Have you ever been to Mandarake? Yeah, I have been to Mandarake. Japanese always super nice. This stream is about to be sponsored by the Japanese government. I'm about to make like a Japanese brain rot channel. It was the funniest thing. The funniest thing is when I went to Tochigi with that family, their son knew all the American brain rot memes. I was like, yo, no way do they know this. He's like, Japanese kid was saying, Assassino cappuccino, assassino. Ding 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 ding. I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, no way this guy knows Italian brain rot. I'm like, no way. And like, the kid was so amazed that I knew Roblox. Cause he loves Roblox. And I was like, I played Roblox when I was a kid. And he's like, what? His eyes just like lit up. He was like so happy when I said that. He's like, what? What? You play Roblox too? Wow. Tralala. Yeah, you said tralala or tralala. Uh, it was funny. The kid was like, dong dong ding ding dong, dong dong ding ding dong. 久しぶりやリサさん、元気ですか？元気だよ。めっちゃ元気だよ。そうですね。uh, it's always cool people who play Roblox. Cappuccino ballerina. Yeah, he knew all of them. I was like, yo, no way he knows Italian brain rot. Tung 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 sahur. Yeah, tung 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 sahur. It was like this kid is like 9 years old, right? This 9-year-old Japanese kid, like, knows all the Italian brain rot. I'm like, yo, no way he knows this stuff. I'm like, yo, that's insane. That shit was hilarious. Guess next country of brain rot. Skibidi toilet. Bro, there's regional brain rot. Yeah. Have you been to Disney Sea? No, I haven't. I mean, a lot of the stuff here is like, there's a lot of things I want to do. To be honest, though, they're not even that expensive to do, but it's just like it adds up over time. So I need to make sure I watch how much I'm spending. But like, yeah, I need to watch my spending a little bit because things are reasonable, yes, but they're not like free. So if I'm going to something like every day for like 3 months or for like a whole month, for like $10 every day, that's like $300 a month, which is like, it's a bit, it adds up. But yeah. Brain rot is ethnically diverse, apparently. Yeah. Eat vending machine food. Vending machine food is actually expensive if you compare it to how cheap you can get. Like in Japan, the groceries, if you cook Japanese food, you can eat for very, very cheap. So like I cook Japanese food because I just get the cheapest ingredients. But if you like, eggs are very cheap here. Meat is like reasonable. It's similar to Canada, to be honest, so it's not that cheap. But like most other things are very cheap. So like if you buy soy sauce, it's like $2 or something, right? And it's like it's like non-consequential, right? So you can get like a lot of groceries for like a very reasonable price. That would be it would be way more expensive in Canada, right? Uh, I also haven't gotten to Costco yet, so I don't know how much savings you can get at Costco. But like stuff is like reasonably priced. If you get like noodles or like if you get udon, for example, right? It's like 20 cents. It's super cheap. Or like you get natto. I really like natto. It's like 99 cents. It's like less, 99 cents or less. It's like super cheap. So natto is a really good source of protein, and also it's good for your gut. You could also get like what else? Like uh tofu. Tofu is really cheap as well. So I eat a lot of tofu. I eat like noodles, I eat rice. Rice though has gotten really freaking expensive in Japan. Don't know why. I heard there's like a rice shortage in Japan. So when I buying like a small bag of rice here right now is like $40. It's ridiculously expensive. It's insane. Uh, but normally in Japan, like I think like 3 years ago or something, that same bag of rice would have been $10, which is what I'd expect in an Asian country. But for some reason, that costs $40 now. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's cheaper to buy rice in Canada than it is to buy rice in Japan. The price of rice is too damn high. I think eventually the government's gonna try to do something about it, but like, at least you can trust the Japanese government that when stuff is happening, they try to fix it at the very least. They don't just ignore it. Um, like stuff that's like actually like threatening the well-being of like your living, right? So stuff where it's like your quality of life things is like sacred, it feels like, right? So if it threatens the quality of your life, it becomes a major problem. So I feel like eventually they're probably gonna do something about it. They're either exporting too much or there was a crappy harvest. I think I heard it was a mix of things. There's like a crappy harvest. It's also a lot of the farmers here are very old, so there's like a lot of rice farmers just like don't. They're not. There's not enough rice farmers here, right? Um, and it's also because like overall in Japan the demand for rice has been going down year after year. A lot of rice farmers have stopped like producing rice, so that now all of a sudden they get hit with like a bad crop season, and then now like the rice just skyrockets in price. So yeah, they're kind of like scrambling. They have like rice reserves and stuff like that they're trying to like put onto the market to make it cheaper. Um, but yeah, I didn't expect like rice to be so expensive in Japan. What else? I mean, to be fair, it's also not supposed to be this expensive. What if you ran into Kazuma Kiryu? Dame da ne, dame yo, dame nano yo. I think it's all domestically grown rice now. Previously, they used to import from other countries. I guess so. Like, I don't know. I don't know fully about how it works. I I wouldn't know. Uh, they have started importing California rice. Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, the Japanese government is like kind of struggling. They're like, what the fuck do we do? They have a lot of perfectionist policies centered around their rice. I didn't know that. But yeah, I do hope they eventually like get the price of rice down. Also, like I found eggs here are super good. I fucking love the eggs here. They're so good. They're like the best. They're the greatest eggs of all time. No, the eggs here, they're so like rich in flavor. They're also very cheap. So like to get the cream of the crop eggs, it's like $3 or $4 for like a pack of eggs, right? In Canada, that same pack, if you were to get the same quality of eggs, it would be more like $12 to $15. Even for like the good eggs in Canada that I got, they're like $8 for a pack, and it's like not even close to like the quality that you get in Japan for eggs. I found the food quality is so good. It's so good here. Anything I eat is like it tastes so fresh, tastes so good. What city you're staying? I'm staying in Tokyo. I'm in Tokyo right now. Are the eggs there more of a dark orange? It really depends on the eggs you get. So some of them are more orange than others. The better ones are more orange. Some of them are more yellow. It really depends because like every farmer has their own like type of egg that they make. So there's eggs that are specifically made to be more yellow. There's other eggs that are specifically made to be more red. There's also like eggs that are just like made to be thicker. Like the yolk is just more thick. Um, so Yeah, there's like a bunch of varieties of eggs, so everybody has their favorite kind of brand. Usually the more yellow ones are cheaper. They're not as good, but the nice red ones, they're like thicker, they taste richer, and they're just like they're a bit more expensive, but not that much more expensive. It's like $1 or something more, right? Heard they mostly have yellow eggs. The cheap eggs are yellow. The expensive eggs are red or orange. God, I want to eat Japanese red yolk. They're good. They're good. They're really good. Planning a trip to Japan, how much has it cost you for? It really depends on what you're gonna do in Japan, because like most of the price is in the flight. Also heavily depends on like what if you're getting a hotel or if you're getting a share house or if you're renting an apartment, like a temporary apartment. Because that's all a factor. So like if you're doing like a share house or something, which I recommend, you could stay for a month or something. Like you could stay up to 3 months. And it's very cheap. So like especially if you book in advance the share house, you can get like a place for like even like as low as $500 a month if you wanted to, right? Super cheap. Uh, super freaking cheap. Really cheap. Or like if you get a hotel though, the hotels if you go to like a business hotel, it's like $30 to $50 a night. If you specifically look for a business hotel, but those are for people for like businesses that are like paying for hotels for their workers to travel or to stay at. Those are made to be cheaper. They're more like no frill hotels and they're in the less busy areas. I do recommend that if you want to save money on a hotel. But like you will spend like $30 to $50 a night, which is like it's really reasonable, but it does add up. So if you're staying for like a week, right, like 10 days, on like $30 to $50 a night, that's like $300 to $500. You know, for the same price, you could get like you could book a share house for a whole month, and it's like that same price, right? So yeah. That's a stain on the ceiling, not a crack. Any unexpected pleasant surprises in Nippon? Unexpected surprises. Uh, I was just really surprised how generous people are, to be honest. Like, in general, I've noticed here is that people just offer stuff all the time here, like to hang out or to show me things, and they pay for my food. Not in like a they want to get in my pants kind of way, but just like genuinely, just like they're like, welcome to Japan, kind of thing, right? So like for example, the guy that brought me to Tochigi, his name's Tsubasa, very generous guy. He brought me with his family. They showed me a lot of food and stuff, and they paid for everything for me. I was very grateful for that. I got to see a lot of cool things there. And I really like his family. His son's very cute kid. The kid was so interested in me because the kid's in an English school and he was really interested in learning English from me. So he at first he was calling me the English person because I speak English, which is funny. Called me Egojin. Egojin is what they said, what the kids said. And yeah, just like they showed me a lot of stuff, but they're just like happy to show me things, right? And that's part of it, right? Uh, you don't really get that in Canada or North America in general. It's like if that happens to you, it's like suspicious. So I'm like really pleasantly surprised that like I can sort of just trust people to like do stuff and like not expect me to like do something with them, you know? Like it's weird to say, but like I feel like that's how it should be. It's a high trust society. Yeah, I really like how in Japan I can sort of just expect for most people to at least have like a common decency or like to act in a certain way. And I just kind of go with that and it works. It's perfectly fine. And if I act like that, they'll treat me well as well. So it's like, it really surprised me just how trustworthy. Like when they say high trust society, like unless you've actually been here, it's hard to really tell what that actually means. Like, what does high trust mean? And then I come here, I'm like, oh, this is what high trust means. It's like I can actually trust people to do stuff, and like they're not gonna screw me over. It's pretty nice. It's reassuring, and it doesn't make me feel like scared or like mentally mentally ill, I guess, or stuff. I could feel just pretty safe around Japanese people. In North America, there's so many different like values and groups, and it's so like atomized that like you can't exactly expect there to be a common decency. So like if you if you act a certain way, you can't exactly expect someone else to respect that. Especially like there's so many different cultures. There's also so many different like political groups, and what works in one political group is completely like opposite in another, or what works in one culture is like ignored in another culture. So it's really difficult to have that. But then in Japan, it's really nice that I can just kind of like I act this way, and most people understand that. So there's like a canon, like a I guess some people say that like Japanese people are like very narrow-minded, whereas like I guess I can kind of see that where like Japanese people aren't really used to like other ways of life, but in turn they get the benefit of like things are just super stable here. So like you don't have to worry about people just like backstabbing you for no reason. You can trust that if you want to do something, people are going to respect that. Uh and like in turn if you do the same, you will be rewarded for it, right? So that was just like really nice. I was just pleasantly surprised. Cause like I'm so used to like North America, where it's like if someone's doing something for you, it's suspicious. It's like what do they want, kind of thing. I thought it would be the same here, but then when the page turned, and it turns out they don't have any ulterior motive. I'm like confused, you know. Fully social awareness was more of a known thing. Yeah, it feels like things I notice is like people just seem more socially aware here. So like kuki oyomu is a big thing. North Americans make it seem like it's such a big deal, and it's like, oh, it's such a awful thing because it's like hard to read, right? You don't know what anybody's gonna think. It's not that hard. It's like, come on, man. Like, if someone's had a hard day at work, you know, if someone's had a hard day at work and they're stressed, they don't want to be ranted about politics. Like, is it that hard to understand? Like, come on, I'm diagnosed autistic, and I can understand that. It's like, yes, I can tell that you don't want to be ranted about something stupid, right? So I'm just gonna like be a listening ear, and that's fine. You know, just just a bit of like kuki oyomu. Or like for example, right? Like if someone goes out of their way to offer you something, and you you like or someone makes a plan with you and you don't respect that plan, it's like, to be honest, it's a little bit rude. I think that's like, you should kuki oyomu. You should respect it, right? You're diagnosed acoustic. Thank you for the $2, Rex. Hey, what's up? What's up, Chaz? Me, your old friend. Yeehaw. Thanks for stopping by, Rex. Punch, 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 punch. Much. Thank you. Kugyo yobu. Kugyo yobu. Didn't know you started streaming it. I've been feeling good here, so like I just decided I should stream. Also another thing, I was pleasantly surprised about Japan, actually, right? I'm lactose intolerant, so when I drink milk, I get fucking insane diarrhea. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that in Japan, a lot of the milk is very easy on the stomach. Like they take out the lactose or they make it easy for lactose intolerant people to actually drink. So I can drink milk without worrying about shitting my pants. And it's fucking amazing. Cause the milk here is so freaking good. Guys, you're not gonna believe. Does it taste the same? It tastes better. The milk here it tastes so fresh. It tastes so creamy. It's got nice flavor. It's amazing. I fucking love the milk here. I drink ever since I came here. I've been drinking milk, like just a liter of milk, like just as a drink, because it's really good, like calories and also like protein, good healthy fats, and it tastes amazing. It doesn't make me shit my guts out. So I've been drinking so much milk. I'm like, oh my god, I love milk. Who knew milk? Who knew milk could taste so good? Milk binging. Cheers, Lamau. Bro, stop teasing us with milk. I haven't had that in years. I love the milk. I'm gonna flex my Japanese milk. The white man can't flex on me no more. I can drink milk too. How's that, white people? Wait, what brand is it? It's Yamasa. So the Yamasa, Niku Yamasa. It was like it's like a chain, or it's not a chain. It's like a conglomerate that tries to bring like cheap groceries. So if you go to like if you're living in Japan, if you go to the Yamasa or like the Gyomu Super, you can get very good prices on things. So Niku Yamasa, you can get good prices on milk, or milk, and also like some other things and like meat. It's around like for beef, it's like it goes as low as like two Canadian dollars, like 200 yen per 100 grams. So that's like really good deal. Or like for pork, if you buy in bulk, you can go as low as like 80, like around like 80 cents per 100 grams, which is really good. So I definitely recommend if you live here, Niku Yamasa and Gyomu Supa. Luckily, where I live, there's one of those. There's both of those in close proximity. That's the holy grail for us. Yeah, and the milk is like so much better here. Like the milk actually, like is a bit more expensive, or maybe like it's like slightly more expensive than in Canada, I would say. Or it's like, no, it's actually like for the regular milk, it's about the same. If you get like a good deal on milk in Canada, like if you go to like Reed's Dairy or something, you could get it for cheaper, but in general, milk is a similar price. But I noticed that butter here is actually kind of like significantly more expensive than in Canada. Butter is like 30% more expensive than Canada. So like, yeah, butter is more expensive, but it's not like you use butter that much. You don't use too much butter, so it's like okay, I guess. Do you like blend in with the Japanese? Like, do they know you're a tourist walking around? No, Japanese people cannot tell I'm a tourist. They don't treat me like a tourist. They are surprised when I tell them I'm from Canada, and they do not speak English to me at all. Like, I don't think there's been a single time on this trip where uh, like a customer service has just switched to English, where they're just like, oh, she's a tourist, let's speak English. That's never happened to me. Like, not a single time. Oops. It's been 9 months since you uploaded a video. I'll probably probably once I move here, I'll start uploading videos again, to be honest. Like, once I feel more in a better mindset and more ready to just like do stuff, I'll probably start uploading videos again. Maybe I'll go back to tutorials and stuff. But yeah, like, it's really just like a mental state thing. So if I'm not feeling happy, I don't upload videos. But if I'm feeling happy and I want to share my life more, then like I'll upload videos. I'll have fun with it, like I used to. But I think it's just more managing like what I want in my life, and also like my mental state and like my loneliness, right? But if I have like all of those in check, there should be nothing stopping me from just concentrating, putting a ton of my effort into just making shorts and stuff again. Japanese food standards are so much better than the US. Yeah. The only thing I would say though is that the US beef is like really good. US US beef is top tier, in my opinion. The beef tastes good. Beef tastes really good. And also it's very cheap. US beef is super cheap. It's cheaper than Japanese beef. Man, I want some milk and cereal. I actually haven't seen cereal here. Isn't Japanese meat like world renowned? It is world renowned, but it's more expensive. Like, Wagyu is quite expensive. So, it's like, if you want to get Wagyu, it's like $10 per 100 grams or something like that. It's like pretty expensive. So, if you're buying like a steak, like a Wagyu steak, you're probably paying like almost $50 or something, right? Maybe not $50, maybe less. Like maybe like 35-ish, right? But it's pretty expensive. So, but it is good. It is good. Actually, I haven't had the Wagyu yet. When I was in Japan, I would say thank you in Japanese and they would say you're welcome in English. You see, that's never happened to me. Even if I'm struggling to say something, they never switch to English. I haven't. Nobody approaches me in English. Like, the only times that people say like something in English to me is when I go to the super touristy areas, and there's a lot of Chinese people there. So like, to Chinese tourists, they speak English because Japanese people don't speak Chinese. Like, almost nobody speaks Chinese here. So they just use English to Chinese people. So sometimes when they think I'm a Chinese tourist, they use English. Pretty much if you have an Asian look, that's what you get. Well, it's not just the Asian look. It's just I look very Japanese. Like, my skin's very light. Also, like, my facial features and my haircut is very Japanese looking. So people just assume I'm Japanese. The most they'll assume, like, is they'll assume maybe I'm like half, because I'm like a quarter white. But like, some people can't even tell I'm like a quarter white, which I was kind of surprised. I assumed you're Canadian. Bro, I've never had anybody here assume I was like Canadian. They're always like, what, you're Canadian? No way, that's crazy. I assumed you're a Lisa Chung. Thanks, Rex. Somebody understands. As a Canadian, I can tell my kind. I guess that's true. Maybe I act kind of Canadian. I went to Korea and the burgers are so good, especially the McDonald's ones for real. Maybe I should go to Korea to try their burgers. I've seen like a lot of videos of like burger chains in Korea. Makes me kind of wonder what the burgers are like there. Yeah. My throat's kind of hurting now. I should buy some more water. I think I should maybe end the stream here because I am like kind of tired. My throat needs some water and I ran out of water. So, thank you everybody for watching. I'll definitely try to stream again very soon because I'm feeling much better. I'm much happier and I'm more open to showing my face on the internet. I'm not as vulnerable. So, yeah, I'm ready to just have some fun and do stuff. Okay? Sounds good. Have a good rest of your day now. Bye.